In our consumer alert tonight, if you don't succeed, you try again, or at least that's what Starbucks is planning on doing to keep the customers and maybe get a few new ones. You might like this. The Seattle-based company will change the way it's grinding and brewing coffee. Now, instead of grinding the beans every morning, then that's it for the day. They'll grind beans every time they brew a new pot, fresher. They will also be resetting the brewing timers to prevent customers from arriving during a coffee outage, as they call it. Okay? If you drive an old junker of a car, Congress has a deal they hope you can't refuse. Trade in the gas guzzler, and they'll give you thousands of dollars to buy something more, fuel efficient. Fox's William LaJeunesse shows us how it'll all work.
After bailing out banks and brokers, Congress is prepared to give $1 billion to those Americans who still drive a beater.
The marketplace on cars that don't get good fuel economy is certainly taking a hit, when gas goes up. So those cars are typically worth a little bit less, and this will be an incentive for people to actually be able to get out of them and get into something that is more fuel efficient. Congress
could approve a Cash for Clunkers bill this week. Now, to qualify, your trade-in must get 18 miles per gallon or less, be made between 1984 and 2001, and have been registered to the same owner for at least a year. Now, in return, Washington is offering $3,500 if your car gets at least 4 miles per gallon more than your trade-in, and $4,500 if it gets 10 miles or more.
If they've got a $1,200 trade-in or a $1,500 trade-in, and the government's going to give them $4,500 to trade that car in, that's a big savings for people.
A big cash savings, but not so good for the environment. Originally intended to get gas guzzlers off the road, critics say the current bill is a Detroit bailout because consumers can buy a new Hummer and still get a subsidy, which applies to all new cars but not fuel-efficient used ones.
I don't know if $4,500 is enough to buy a car that's worth $25,000. And if that's even a good idea for Americans to continue to go into debt.
The auto lobby says the expected sales bump is just what they and we need.
They're looking at anywhere from 250 to 300,000 vehicles in increased sales. And this would relate to literally hundreds of millions of gallons of gasoline taken off out of the system.
Two vehicles the same age, both clunkers, but only this one qualifies for the subsidy. Washington gives this driver almost $5,000 for a $500 vehicle. But at 19 miles per gallon, no buyout here. Keep in mind that check from Uncle Sam goes to the dealer, not you. In Los Angeles, William LaJeunesse, Fox News.